Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a manual install of the ZenCart software. You've already seen how to do it from cPanel using Fantastico. If you ever need to do an update, some of these steps are going to come in handy. First, you want to go to the ZenCart website. That's www.zen-cart.com. And once you get to that site, click the download button. And it'll ask you where to put it. I'm going to suggest that you put it on your desktop, someplace handy. And once that's done, minimize this and go to the file you downloaded, extract files. I'm using, I think this is RAW, and I'm going to extract it to a directory on my desktop. That could take a little while, so I'm going to pause this while it finishes. Okay, it's finished unzipping that file, and it's put it into a directory, ZenCart version 139H, which is the current version. Open that directory. Now all the docs for ZenCart are in the docs folder. I'd suggest you just open up your install.txt, which is going to be this file here, and that'll tell you what you need to do next. Alright, you've downloaded the ZenCart software. You unzipped it. You have it in a place where you know you can find it. Then I suggest you open your FTP program. For this demonstration, I'm going to use Fire FTP. I'll pick New Store and connect. Now, depending on your hosting company, you may have a number of files here already. To save time, I've already uploaded all of these to the public-html directory, because I'm installing the store in the root of that domain. If you're going to install it into a directory, then you would create a directory underneath public.html. Say the directory was named ZenCart, and then you would copy these files to that directory. But I'm putting it in the public HTML directory, so all these files will be copied over to here. That's going to take a while, so I've already done it. And I'll pause this, give you a chance to go ahead and get those copied up to your server. Okay, we've downloaded the ZenCart software, extracted the zip file, copied the files to the location on the server that we want to install the cart. Next, sign into your cPanel. Okay, we've downloaded the software, copied it to the server, created a database to connect the software to. So now we've got everything in place where we can use Zencart's automatic install system. Now, to start that, what we need to do is go to your browser, and you have to go to the ZC underscore install directory. For me, since the name servers haven't kicked in, so yourneighborhoodstore.com for this new account isn't active yet. So I'm using the IP address to connect to that domain. And hopefully that won't interfere with the install, but we'll find out. Here we go. So my IP address, ZC install. Okay, it started. Here, got a lot of verbiage here. Design for blah blah blah, this and that. You can read all that stuff. It's talking about features and minimum requirements, things like that. Continue. Okay, you have to, agree to the terms. Click continue. Problem found. Okay, let me see what's going on with this. I believe I have to edit an online file first, but let me find out because it's trying to connect using ZC1, which is wrong. That's the wrong ID, and using password, yes, is the wrong password. So let me find out and I'll be right back. Okay, I've figured out what's going on here. Now, let me show you. Okay, we got one problem here. That's a database connection problem. And then scrolling down here, all this green stuff is good to go. This is just a warning message that, just a warning message. It doesn't matter. This includes config PHP file is not writable, and the stuff that you put in, the information that you type in during the install on the upcoming screen needs to be inputted into these files, so they have to be writable. Now they're not writable. Well, they include the config.php file that's in the includes folder. That's not writable, so we're going to take care of both of those at the same time, both those problems. Now the problem is the includes, there you go, configure PHP properties. We're going to make that 755 so it's editable. And here we're going to open with front page. down around line 50, define our database connection. It's MySQL, Zen, localhost, database server name is this. That's the name of the database we created. Database password. That's what we inputted when we created the database. That should do it. We'll save that file. Minimize this, minimize this. Click on recheck. Okay. We got rid of the one error. And these are both writable. Okay, ready to install. Okay, database host name is almost always localhost. Localhost. If it's anything different than that, your host provider is going to tell you. Database username. That's what we created. Well, that's what we gave it when we created the database. Database password. Database name. Okay, down here. Store identifier. We're not going to change that. Database sessions. Leave that there. None. This is where it's going to be stored. Save database settings. We will now set up the Zencart system environment. The physical path. That's it. Okay, the URL. We're going to make that your neighborhood store.com. Now it put that in there, put the IP address in there because I started this off using the IP address. But when it's finished, I want it to reflect the actual database name. So the HTTP is going to be this. That's HTTPS. Okay, if you already have the SSL information, you can put it here. I'm not going to put that in here because I'm not sure that they've completed the purchase of my certificate. So I'm going to leave that blank. In another video, I'm going to show you how to change that. Enable SSL, say no, for both the store and the admin area. They're both no. Unless you do have that SSL information, in which case you can go ahead and change that. This would be https://your domain, and this would be https:/your domain. Save system settings. Your store name. Your put your name. Email is going to be gxjenkin at your United country is United States. Zone, pick your state. You can leave that there. You can change that later on, or you can change it here. Default language is English. US dollars the default currency. Store demo. No, we don't want the store demo information. Save store settings. Okay, the administrator name, we're going to make that admin. For the password, we're going to make it confirm the password. Admin email is going to be gxjenkin at and leave this checked. Check for Zencard updates when you log into the admin area. Save admin settings. For security reasons, you want to reset your admin includes and your admin configure and the includes configure file. For that, we're going to jump over here, public, say includes, configure PHP, properties, we're going to make that, is that 444? And public admin no admin includes configure. They're both the same file. we can leave that. Okay, those two are done. Click here to go to the store. Now this may not work at this point unless the domain name servers have kicked in, because it won't be able to find the domain name, so it may need the IP address. We'll try the going to the store. Okay, it hasn't kicked in yet.